Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where we're going to be doing a little bit of a interactive video here where you guys are going to give me your thoughts on a little idea. Now this is something that we first did a couple of years ago on the previous channel, which you guys were really interested in, and we've had a lot of changes in the people following the channel since then, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the new followers are going to say about this one and what their suggestions are going to be, as well as maybe what older followers might have reshaped their thoughts into. And this is basically a series of rules for coming up with the perfect band. Now of course we don't want to make it too easy, there's got to be some rules to make you think about it, and this is actually something that originally came about as like a little game that I used to play with friends of mine who used to work in music, be they musicians or working in music in another capacity, and it's a bit of a head scratcher. It really makes you think. You have to come up with the perfect band based on a set of rules. And let's see what those rules are. So the idea is simple. You have to come up with a band based on the following rules. Number 1, each member must be from a different band or act. Now this time, unlike last time, we'll allow you to add artists who usually work solo as well if you want. So if you wanted, say, Miyavi as your guitarist or Aiko playing your piano, that's okay. Number 2, your musicians must never have been full-time members of the same group or band as each other. So if, for example, you pick Fuki from Unlucky Morpheus, you can't have any of the members of Doll's Box, so, be careful, Gakuric Spin fans. Number 3, each member must have a dedicated instrument that they play with in your band. So you have one drummer, one bassist, one singer, one banjo player should you wish. You are allowed 2 guitarists, but one has to be designated lead and one has to be designated rhythm. That rule brought to you by popular demand. Number 4, although you have only one singer in your band, you can make any other member a designated backing vocalist as well. Also, your lead singer is allowed to play an instrument whilst they sing, should you wish and should they be capable of doing so. Number 5, you can have as many or few members as you want within the rules. A hard-hitting 3-piece or a huge-sounding band with double digits of members is totally up to you, but consider the end sound. Consider every musician as present within every song. You might not therefore want a virtuoso musician in a massive arrangement after all. Number 6, your band members can be living or dead, and from anywhere. Now, personally, I'll be using Japanese artists that we've covered on this channel for the sake of a good conversation, and because you guys kind of already know my opinions on a lot of the people that I'm going to pick. But feel free to spread your ideas out and have fun if you want. Obviously, if you want to keep it in the context of Japanese musicians, that probably makes it a bit of an easier conversation for all of us guys to have here. But whatever you want, whoever you want, just as long as it makes an interesting conversation, go for it. And number 7, extra points to anyone who gives their band a name. So anyway, now my choices, which have ever so slightly been tweaked since last time, and partly because my answer would probably change from one day to the next if I was totally honest with you. I tried to go for a tight band with a lot of possibility for diversity in their sound, as that's personally what I really like in a great group of band who can do like totally different songs from one moment to the next. I love it, and that's what I want my band to be able to do. That with as much quality in whatever they do as is possible. So first, let me get the obvious #NoBias members out of the way. On drums, Akane from Band-Maid. Now, you guys know I think she's one of the best of her generation. She can add impact and a sort of intricate detail to a range of different types of songs, beef up the less rocky numbers if necessary, but also has that sort of mochi to cheese experience should we go acoustic at any point and someone has to drag out the cajon. She's obviously very, very good at being creative in a range of different genres, but she has that ability to add a lot of impact. Considering that I'm going to be going for fairly diverse sounds anyway, I want someone who can really add a rock quality underneath it all. On keyboard, obviously Yukaran from Silent Siren, #NoBias, but also on backing vocals. Now, she's full of pep, and interesting keyboard sounds as well is really one of her key qualities. Yuka works amazingly both at the forefront or in the background, adding colour to the songs or adding sort of solos and riffs where necessary. She also does fun backing vocals and even showed a flair for rap in the Tenkai Ipin theme. Now, keyboard is essential in my opinion though, as she can literally adopt the sound of any instrument she wants, from strings to shamisen to synth. anything. Now that to me is really great because it means we don't have to add too many extra members who might be lost in more minimalist songs should we wish to do them. I think she's going to really add a quality there. But now on to my other members, and I've tried to think and go for something slightly different this time. On vocals, again, you're probably not going to be surprised, but Yuko Suzuhana from Wagaki Band. Also on piano. Now, a strong, beautiful and recognizable voice that seems to work with pretty much anything from classical to rock to jazz. Also, her amazing piano skills that we've noticed on the recent sort of live streams during the virus over last year are also extremely valuable. It would really add actually colour to an album to have her playing piano with Yuka doing layering of keyboards on a song here or there, something like that every now and then between the other stuff. But her rock credentials from that powerful voice obviously also can't be overlooked. She really can work in a range of intensities of sound. Now on bass, I'm going to go for a little bit of a strange one here. I'm going with Fujita from Necry Talkie, artist who I really like, but I was so unfamiliar with anything beyond her playing that I had to look up her name to put her in this list. Now, for me, bass is the core of the band, actually. You need a musician who can hold together complicated arrangements, be nimble and fast-moving sometimes, or pump in solid rumbling punk rock bass lines at other times, connecting the rhythm section to the melodic section, really holding the center of the song together. Now, Fujita has shown that, and I actually think she has a lot more potential still unshown as well. And that is what I think would be best about her. Those sort of skills would be well nurtured in an environment with this, with a plethora of sounds, but I do think she's already got and already shown the core qualities that would work in pretty much anything you wanted to do and give, like I say, that tight but interesting middle to the songs. Now on guitar, I'm going to go for a fairly easy one here. I'm going to say Mammy from Scandal. Now, my guitarist would need to be someone who's flexible enough to rock loudly on heavy stuff, but also knows how to do chilled acoustic stuff as well. Mammy has, over a lengthy career, demonstrated amazing diversity in tone, able to rock out hard as anyone, or do the thing of picking smoothly on acoustic should she want. Now, personally, I like my heavier music to get its technicalities from the rhythm section a lot of the time, and use the guitar more as sort of like a sledgehammer, pumping in riffs or chugging power chords. So I won't be taking a lead guitarist, as I think they could only occasionally be useful when you're trying to do a huge range of songs, as I would want to do with my band. I'm not going to say that it's a bad thing to have a lead guitarist, but it's also not like Mammy can't kick out the occasional solo after all, if necessary. I mean, after all, if Ningenis can rock with only one guitar, so can we. So those are my ideas, my thoughts, and my answers to this question, and as always, I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys think. So get into the comments, tell us what you think, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what interesting ways you might manipulate this. Obviously, if it's artists from Japan who I'm going to know more about, or even artists from other countries who I might be able to have thoughts on, I'll try and get in the comments and see what I can think about those as well. But let's have some good discussion about this. Hopefully, if we get a lot of replies like we did last time, then this is something that we might put it forward for some kind of, I don't know, maybe an audience vote in the future for our end of year awards this year, see if people can think of what the best overall suggestion was. But either way, I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with this. As always though, remember the YouTubey stuff while you're here, as well as commenting. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want. Follow any of the social medias linked in the description below. A big thank you as always to our Patreon people. You do keep this whole thing going as we're non-monetized, as you guys well know. And thank you yourself for making it through to the end of this video and hopefully leaving us your thoughts. And as well as anything else, you are welcome to leave your thoughts about the idea of this game and complain about it. Many people didn't like certain rules, but like I say, I've tried to make them easier this time round, but we have to get you scratching your heads. It can't be too easy or it wouldn't be fun. So there you go, guys. Looking forward to seeing your responses and looking forward to seeing you, hopefully in Japan very soon for the next one of these videos. But until then, for now, ciao ciao.